Today's country that is going to be discussed is Namibia, a country that borders South Africa and is in South Africa. Namibia gets its name from the Namib Desert. The Namib Desert is considered by archaeologists as the oldest desert in the world. It is the 23rd largest desert in the world. The name Namib means a vast place or area where there is nothing. But despite that, many indigenous tribes settled in this region long before any colonization transpired. In terms of size, geographic size, Namibia is the 15th largest country in Africa, but it's only the 41st or 42nd largest in terms of population, and Africa has 54 countries. Its size is 318,800 miles, but it only has about 2.6 million inhabitants. If you do the math on that, that's about 8 people per square mile. What's interesting about Namibia and its vast deserts, it has a long coastline if you look through this area right here. It's a little over 900 miles long. And because of its proximity to the desert and the Atlantic over here, that means you have a lot of fog because all of that moisture in the air gets in the sand of the desert. Certain areas in Namibia can have fog for over 100 days long, making it extremely difficult. In the vast desert that is far from containing nothing, there are many diamonds, a lot of uranium, gold, and copper. Just like a lot of South Africa, it contains a lot of minerals. And although its name means an area where there's nothing, over 20% of its exports are diamonds. Like much of Africa, in 1884, Namibia was colonized by the Germans in the scramble for Africa. And that's why you see right here, let me get my pointer out here. You see this area right here, it has a narrow border. Unlike a lot of other borders, it has a very odd-shaped border. That's called the Caprivi line. A German diplomat named Leo von Caprivi negotiated with the British to be able to get this territory right here. The hope was they would be able to go through here all the way through Tanzania, I think it's called, which was also part of the German Empire at the time. They'd be able to have a trade route, and they'd be able to have a trading post that would also lead over to the Indian Ocean. The problem is the geographic barrier. This area right here contains the Victoria Waterfall, which is the largest waterfall in the world. This waterfall is 354 feet high. There's no way you can go through here directly and go all the way through here because that waterfall blocks you off. Hence, why you have the Caprivi Strip even to this day, and the border looks a bit awkward. Years and years later, the Cold War, which affected many countries in the world, also affected Angola. Angola got its independence in 1975. But they became close allies with the Soviets and the Cubans. They even had Cuban troops occupy their country. And at the time, South Africa, which controlled Namibia as a protectorate, they also were involved in combating Angola because they were allied with the West. If you look at its northern borders, close to Angola, it was sandwiched in between both of these countries and caught into a wider global conflict. Long story short, the theory during that time was called the domino theory. The thought process was if one country fell to communism, then like dominoes, the country that borders it would fall to communism, and then the entire globe would be controlled by communism rather than capitalism. That was sort of the idea at the time. And that's why South Africa did not want Namibia to fall to communism. So Angola became an independent country in 1975. There was a Cold War agreement that instead of endless wars and fighting, it might be pragmatic if you let Angola withdraw troops. The Cubans withdrew from Angola, and Namibia ended up having its own elections. And in 1990, it became an independent country.